Hello, hello. I believe we are live. Give me 1 second. Just want to grab this link and toss it out to everybody. Hey, got a notification. Cool. Hope everybody's doing well. I've got the streams chat in the side here. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to bide in uh, uh bide the time as far as art. Did not set anything up ahead of time, but we make do. 1 second, just finding the text. So I kind of knew the embargo was being lifted today. Um, a lot of streamers got invited to an event out in. Nice, perfect timing, fantastic. Um, a whole bunch of streamers got invited out to an event in London where they got a chance to play this game for a few hours. Sadly, was not included, but it's understandable. God, what an amazing opportunity that would have been, though. May have been a bit difficult to get off work for that, though. Let's see if I can find it. Where did I say what I was doing? Oh Lord, I cannot find it. There we go. If I can just go back to this and put on streamer mode. Thank you. Last thing I need is notifications popping up in the middle of this. And just putting out the video now, or the links. 1 second. You'd think I'd have this ahead of time, but we know I'm not very good at this whole streaming thing. Also, let me know how my microphone is sounding. I'm using a different microphone than normal. Using this new HyperX. I mean, I say new, but I've only used it a couple times. And I'm trying to use it with some other filters to make sure the audio quality is a lot better than normal. Because I think previously my regular headset microphone can be a bit scraggly. The best word for it. I don't want to say tinny, but like staticky. It's definitely off. Very happy to hear that. To wing it like I do at work. Yes. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Let's see. Sorry. Keep dropping this damn mouse. There we go. Happy with that. All right, and send this out really quick. All the different channels that need it. What's funny is, and this may actually. Oh no. Oh god, I burned myself. The mouse too hot. Forget what I was starting to say. My ADD is a bit bad. Um, damn, I completely lost it. Let's see. We had a couple places left. 1 second. See. Oh yes, this is what I was gonna say. Um, so there's a video, which is the first one I have up here, the prologue scene. It was on Gematsu's channel. That's where most of the rest of the footage will be, and those will be in, I think, a higher quality than this particular clip. It is not on their website or their channel right now. I don't know if they were forced to, pull it down or what happened. That said, I was able to find an alternate. It took me a minute because nothing was coming up when I was searching even the specific terms. Um, did manage to find this, and somebody else uploaded the full like 28 minutes in a batch, but they had this weird black border on it. I didn't want to deal with it. I wasn't sure if that was going to mess with the quality, so I'm just going to do this. I'm trying to think if there's a couple people left I want to send this to directly, and then we should be good to go. Okay, I think that's everybody that I want to. Fantastic. You guys ready? Take that, unplug it, grab my soda really quick. Actually, I tell you what, I'm gonna be back in like 5 seconds. I'm gonna grab a 2 liter from the fridge. Cat, keep chat busy. I've returned with more soda. We are all set. All right, getting started. I would love very much if this toolbar would please hide so I can watch this in peace. 1 second. Whisper settings. Hide, damn you! Why is it not hiding? It's detecting something that it wants to keep open. It's gonna annoy the piss out of me. That didn't do what I wanted it to. Alright, it's fine. It'll be okay. Let me know if that's too loud, by the way. I think you should still be able to hear me, but for me it was really loud. If nothing else, that should wake you up. And so far, a lot of this is stuff we've actually seen in the trailers already. Like, these were from some of the earliest trailers we got. I think this is from Ambition, if I'm not mistaken, just with more context. So are they throwing pieces of, like, crystal to be used as explosives? That's really cool. I heard what they do is the magic can be used to create elements, right? So in this case, you're using crystal to create pure water. Which would make sense since the land is so blighted, you probably wouldn't want to use, like, river
Perhaps
water.
you have not heard, but the Ironblood now have their own dominant. We would be fools to underestimate them.
Bugger their knights.
What did you say?
That's Hugo and Benedicta.
Should this citadel be allowed to fall,
Sit down.
the capital will lie exposed. And I doubt the Crusaders will wait for the good king's pawns to line up before taking to the board.
What an absolute flex. What are you gonna do, tiny man?
Just leaves me.
God, this is brilliant.
Well, if you're not cut out to be a shield, there's always work for you in the stables.
Oh, here's that scene where he's
Unless, of
waking
course,
up.
You think you can defend your master while sat on your ass in a puddle of pig swill?
I'm sure he'd find a way. My brother always looks after me. Right?
Aww.
You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
Targle!
Two arms.
This probably opens up into a combat scene. This is looking really cool. Alright, active Time Lord gameplay. Let's, I'm actually gonna pause on some of these when we have this kind of opportunity. So let's actually scroll back. So what did that say? So the characters we can see here are Stillwind Marsh, which is the current location, Sir Wade and Sir Tyler, and goblins. So those must be your companions for the time being. You did see at least one other person by Clive's side when he was in the marsh fighting the goblins. And then this is obviously giving you some information about the monsters you're going to be fighting. Person of interest. A loyal shield of Rosaria, chosen by Lord Commander Rodney Murdoch, to accompany Clive on his expedition to Stillwind. Once but a lowborn page, Wade was inspired to join the ranks after a woodpile fell on him. His life was saved by a young Joshua. Interesting. So I wonder if he has any element of the Phoenix's blessing. I continue to think that the blessings is something that dominance can bestow upon individuals in order to grant them some of their power, the ability to use magics freely. Not to the extent of the dominance, but to some greater extent than zero. And who is this? Sir Tyler, a loyal shield of Rosaria and scion of a noble family. Tyler followed in his father's footsteps in entering the service of the Duchy, rising to the position of right-hand man to the Lord Commander. He was chosen by Lord Murdoch to accompany Clive on his expedition to Stillwind, a level head who could be trusted not only to obey the young Lord's Marquis' orders and keep him safe, but to keep the fiery Sir Wade in line. Interesting. I imagine we'll get a chance to see some of their personality through coming gameplay. Stillwind Marsh. an area of swampland that stretches northeast from Roselith Castle. The odd village could once be found here, but nothing to compare to the lively settlements that line the main roads of the realm. And with the encroachment of the blight and the creatures driven before it, even these scant settlements were soon deserted. Interesting. So is this swamp just as it is, or is it worse because of the blight's encroachment? Oh, here's the marble. I forget the name of it, but this actually has a special name. That was probably Wade. So this Phoenix ship for now. Rising Flames.
That reeks! I said stay away from its mouth!
Doing relatively small damage, but decent probably for early game. That's a pretty healthy amount of HP for level 6. I was also hearing that the cooldown timer for some of these skills is actually pretty generous. That's goats.
Oh no. Goat, was it? Perhaps you can help. Sid asked me to make ready for our mission. How does one go about that here?
Well, there's old Nan's place. On second thoughts, you maybe want to see Blackthorn first.
A blacksmith? To the forge it is then.
Oh wait, no, hold up. You'll be needing this. Blackthorn won't take no notice of you otherwise. Might not anyway.
Yeah, I get that from the Beholder set. Yeah, but Beholders... they have more eyes than the Marbles. Marbles are all mouth and tentacles, that's it. I mean, I want to be louder than the video, just so you can hear me.
What if I am? I've no time for idle chatter. I'll do what I can, as a favor to Goot's mind.
It's an impressive scar. I don't think it's worth reading that.
And the belt, Caesar Square. You want anything else, you bring your own materials.
I'll bear that in mind. Thank you.
Another fine day at the hideaway.
Do many of the bearers who come here arrive in this state?
So this is supposed to be your regular location. Come here, get a mission, and then head out. I wonder if this is the only place you can go to in order to go to some of those stages, like they call it.
You ask me.
Well, Otto, I do need some supplies.
Do you now? Then Lady Karen over there will be more than happy to help you.
Right. I need supplies for my journey to Lost Wing. Otto said you could provide them.
What's that? Does the newcomer think it proper to make demands of a poor old matron before even introducing himself?
It's Clive.
Well, Clive, I hear that dog is yours.
I love the way she said his name.
Since home one night, I've seen to it that his chin's rubbed and his belly fed. Though I suppose that's your job now. Unless you lose him again.
I won't. Not again. Thank you for watching him.
So, were you gonna buy something? What? You didn't think I'd shower your lordship with my hard-won wares while you swag?
Oh yeah, bad breath for the Marbles is no joke. It hits you with like every debuff. It's horrid.
Let's say some coin.
That said, I haven't really seen much in the way of like status ailments that affect Clive, like mute or anything like that. It's a little bit better than what he already had. Did you catch how much that cost?
Life doesn't work that way, lad. Now, Let's see some coin.
Tool items, gear. And it shows the icon for those specifically. 500 gil. That's not that bad. We got about 1,000 by the time he's here, and I didn't quite catch his level. It also didn't look like it had any level requirements for the weapons either.
Barely a guiltier name.
Torgal!
You're taking his side now. And after all I've done for you. All right. All right, I can make an exception. But just this once, mind. My stores are getting cluttered and I need to make room for the next shipment.
Thank you.
Thank me? Thank your dog.
The goodest boy. Orchestration? The Spoony Bard!
His life his own again. With thunder's roll, he knew his fate.
Love it. They have a jukebox? Get out of here. Oh, that's cool. Wow. Gonna play all the bangers in this. Actually, wait. Moongaze is the main theme. When does that unlock? Can I just play the game listening to moongazing on repeat? Yeah.
You all right? Never better.
Say this is their first fight.
That there is a fine hound. Soon took to hunting, fearless as you like.
It's good to have you back, Torgal.
Now, we don't want to be caught in the forest after nightfall.
I suppose not.
So far, they've done really well to avoid any kind of like clipping. Even like Final Fantasy XV had some clipping issues. Did he two-hit those? Wow, look at that. It's a Phoenix shift probably, right? Close in. So you can do knockups, and then you can have Torgal catch on fire to do additional damage for you. And I was hearing you can kind of do like a rev or something like that. You can chain square the regular attack and triangle the fire attack to do fire damage with your sword. Now it's not fire elemental, it's just added damage period, but
Let's try and stay out of its path.
Remember when I said there'd be deadly beasts? Well, the shrubs in these parts aren't much better.
And you only think to mention this now.
there's that humor Ben Star was talking about.
Keep your distance, boy. It's over. Sickle, Torgal.
Scorpion's the last one we're gonna get. Oh, and then the fight ends. Interesting. So you need to get that like level up screen and all the other information every single time? Fenrir. This early? Or I think that might be in like 2 stages. I guess it makes sense, right? Because even in the older games, you'd have your level up screen every single time you finished a fight. Or not. It's only the side on the right. Huh. I guess it's like major scenes or stages. And then when you beat like mini bosses is when it'll show you the
And we'll be in Lost Wing in no time.
I like
In
that.
no time.
It's quick.
Right.
When you finish mini bosses when you get like the extra bonus items, like against the Benedictus sisters. Here we go. That has boss stage written all over it. This thing's cool looking. I kind of want one.
You'd better hope so.
This shouldn't take too long.
So much for your shortcut.
Still short, just not quite as quick. But it'll be a damn sight quicker if you help me.
My thoughts exactly.
There's the dodge. So they're probably gonna be able to get the knockdown on this, and then finish it with the wing most likely. Yeah. Dude! What is this Beyblade shit? Parried? Well, it's right. If you perfectly time your attack with the enemies, you're gonna parry. Ah. That's right. Jill! Look at this. This is gorgeous. Wow. You can just get lost here, man. Imagine this game in VR. I do like the fact that the monsters just kind of like wander about. A gray claw. The run speed doesn't seem that bad. I mean, it seems reasonable. I won't know until actually playing, but this seems fine.
Never finished building the bridge then.
After what happened at Phoenix Gate, it didn't seem the highest priority.
I guess we'll see them starting work on that bridge earlier on. And is it a side quest?
Oi, stop and give... Here, you couldn't give me an hand, could you? Typical. A bloody bearer. Just when I thought my luck had changed. Still, better a crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I suppose. Though it pains me to use another man's branded.
Yeah.
You understand me, don't you? I need your help. These blasted birds must have caught a whiff of my cargo, and now they've got me surrounded. And I was running late as it was. I've got something special needs delivering before the rest, but I dare not leave my cart untended. You couldn't run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you? Needs to get there quick, mind.
I don't know. Can you spell it out for me a little slower? I am a branded after all.
Right. Here. You hand that to the stable master and no one else. I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. Be off with you then, and don't go taking any detours on the way.
Does that change where your marker is afterwards? Or just like change with just where it is in the order? I do like the the HUD pretty much goes away once you start wandering around. I did hear though, somebody say, I think it was Maximilian, had said that while you're out in the open world, it switches to 30 frames per second. But if this is 30 FPS, I don't mind it. I'm not noticing any problems with it. I don't know how long it'll be until you can unlock your own chocobo. I know you can, because we see him drift with it during the not the state of play, the PAX East presentation. So this is more of the ruins of the Fallen, and I wonder what the purpose of them. Like, why would they build this? Mechanical purposes? Is this just, you know, architectural? Is it related to some kind of religious ceremony?
No holding back.
I wonder if you can break the horns off of it. Remember you can do that in 15. You can break some of the enemies, like the Behemoth and a few others. I don't see him charging up the attacks, or the Kira. Ooh, he's got Garuda?
Don't let them get away. Not this time.
So his basics are already doing like 29, so that's actually a huge increase from the 10 he was doing previously. They're called Hell Wave.
Too slow.
It'll be interesting to see like how generous that dodge window is. I'm also curious to see if they have any taunts as well. From what little DMC5 that I was playing, it was interesting because you could use your taunt in midair to basically give yourself a third jump. But I haven't heard anything about a taunt button in this game. So I see he's sitting on Gouge. Now that it's down, he's probably gonna open up the Gouge. Right, yeah. And then use Wicked Wheel. Did he use that as a dodge? Or is that just a Deadly Embrace? I guess it was just Deadly Embrace. And now that he's down at the halfway point, he could use that for the pull. Stagger and then finish. Nice. Oh, and it automatically pulls some of those items to you. Oh, that's handy. Goblin Mugger.
Goblins. So my first missions in vain.
Bro, Clive doesn't give a shit. Man, just like casually step back and watch that thing. Oh, that's that finisher I was hearing about. Look dope. But yeah, he just took like a half a step back and completely dodged that big club of his. Ridiculous. A Gigas. I always remember those being giants, but 1 month, guys. Just 1 more month. Stuff was looking crazy. Oh, that's where the stagger gauge is. Got it. Oh, interesting. He leaves an after image. Hold up, hold up. I want to catch the potion use in a second, but 1 second. Where is it? Check this out. When he's using his little spinny thing, watch where Clive is. He leaves like an after image shadow or something like that. You see it? That's cool. Is it because he's using Garuda? Was he doing 172 damage? Wow, those strength tonics are no joke. I guess the question is going to be, like, how many of those do you get? And how long do they last?
Keep your distance, boy. Give them all you've got, boy. Too slow. Not this time. Too slow.
No, it's period, because now he's using Phoenix. He's still having that shadowy after effect. Interesting. I would assume between level the fact that he has Garuda, this actually does take place after the Benedicta fight. The armor that he's using would make sense. The fact that Jill's now in your party would also make sense, because it's possible that Sid has gone off to find some other information. And possibly where that dragon is, the not Aarakocra, the Caustic Dragon, wherever that mine or fallen ruin that you guys need to investigate later. So it gives you a chance to go alongside Jill, or maybe you're on your way to go to that location now. Oh, it's lagging. Bear with me. Give that a second to catch up. Not sure what happened to the internet there. We're good? Are we okay? Let me hear you guys in the chat. What widget? Let's try this again. No, it was entirely me. I guess this is a good chance for you to see, like, the elementals have nothing to do with this, right? He's using fire and Phoenix against these scorpions, these crabs, and it's doing the same amount of damage as anything else. Very cool. What I haven't seen, though, is the... Aww, he gets pets! He gets pets! Oh, that's adorable. I want to go back. Shoot. Where is it? For the Fafnir, I think it was attacking mobs 2. Because I want to see that finisher again, like after he finishes the scene. But when he jumps down, that starts it. Got it.
Well, the shrubs in these parts aren't much better.
And you only think to mention this now.
I made the connection before to Clive being a lot like Cloud, where he's got a bit of a dry wit. He comes off as a very serious character, but he still has his levity. Still open to make jokes. He's just really traumatized by his past. Here it is. Oh, it's because he leveled up. Oh. Oh, that makes a lot more sense now. Vitality went up by 3, but no, will went up by 3, vitality by 3, strength by 3. Okay, so a lot of the main stats go up by 3 on a level up. I don't know if that's every single time or just gonna scale. I'm not sure. Stagger, which I don't know if that represents your stagger or the amount of stagger damage you're doing. Defense goes up, probably your ability to reduce damage. Attack obviously is going to be doing damage. Everything's going up by 3, which is interesting. And HP goes up by 50. Fafnir fight looks cool. I feel like that's gonna be fun. Well, what did you guys think? I'm really excited for this. I think this is gonna be cool. Let's see if there's a particular video we can go back to. Being auto. Prologue cutscene. Training grounds, I think, will be fun. And it was cool to get a chance to hear Joshua speaking. I've seen some other like footage I think might have been from the Game Informer article. Couple pictures of like Joshua and Clive holding hands, which is adorable.
I'm sure he'd find a way. My brother always looks after me. Right?
Go on. You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
Look at Clive, he looks happy! This man is not going to be allowed to be happy for much longer.
It wouldn't do to disappoint the gallery.
So I don't need that information. I thought they might have shown off more from the Marble battle, but... Now again, they gave this thing a particular name, and it seems to be like the ruler of the goblins from this location. I think his name like Silky or something.
That reeks. I said stay away from its mouth.
It doesn't look like they're using any of the accessories just yet. I'm not noticing them on, at least. Let's see, S here. It's a little bit more of the combat.
Maybe they're friendly like Toggle. Or maybe they're not.
Keep your distance, boy.
So it doesn't always seem to do this new enemies approach. Maybe it's just in certain like locations. I'm also curious to see if maybe having some more on the Final Fantasy difficulty after you beat the game.
We still have a way to go.
See, that's where Torgal finds goods for you.
We follow her up.
Just pretty simple. Here's that Fafnir boss fight again. So this would have to be doing all the loading behind this cutscene. And it's a fairly long cutscene, all things considered.
That sword sharp.
You'd better hope so.
This shouldn't take too long.
So much for your shortcut.
Still short, just not quite as quick. But it'll be a damn sight quicker if you help me.
My thoughts exactly.
You know, Sid, this fight might go a lot easier if you use some of that Ramu magic you got there. Just saying. Kinda holding out on us. Yeah, I see that. I see the connection. So when does he time it to get that parry? I'm not sure. So now he's off to, looks like a far end of that bridge over there, and then some kind of spire out in the back, which is probably related to the Fallen. You see more of them in the distance as well. And then looks like that's either a bridge or an aqueduct. I'm gonna assume it's a bridge because it looks like it's the same architecture as what they're trying to build here. You're not gonna be able to Bethesda jump your way up those cliffs, by the way. I don't think it's happening. Doesn't have that kind of jump. Make for Martha's Rest. I guess they're on their way back to Rosaria's castle. Makes sense, I guess. I'm so ready for this game, man. 30 or 31 days and counting. It's 1 month left.
After what happened at Phoenix Gate, it didn't seem the highest priority.
Oi, stop and give... Here, you couldn't give me
This interaction is actually really interesting to me, and I'm really happy they included it before the game actually came out. He shows...
Better a crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I
How do I want to
suppose.
phrase this?
Though it pains me to use another man's branded. Here, you understand.
He gives us a lot of insight into the way that characters view bandits in this world. This is the general consensus from probably most people. That people like Sid and other people within his hideaway are the exception, not the rule.
Run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you? Needs to get there quick, mind.
It's also a good bit of world building too. What was that thing? One second. Not what was the dialogue options. What was the other thing that was there? What a bird wants. Agree to carry the package. I don't know what that item is.
Fine.
That's the spirit. All right. Here. You hand that to the stable master and no one else. I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. Be off with you then, and don't go taking any detours on the way.
Like how Jill just says fuck it. Just trudging through the water. She doesn't care. I think former royalty and nobility would be a bit more hesitant, but I guess it's been a while since they've been proper nobility. Also, I don't feel like the duchy outside of the Duchess really cares. I mean, his father was front lines, if not mistaken. At least close enough to it. He goes out on a ride with everybody else. I still have no earthly idea what this could be for. I don't know what possible significance this could have in Fallen Civilization. I haven't seen any, like, comments or thoughts on it either. It sounds like it's one of those things that people are kind of aware of, but, like, they don't really know what was about it. Like, oh, these are, you know, ruins from the Romans. Like, we know a little bit about them, but, you know, couldn't tell you exactly what happened with them or what they particularly used these for. That, or people haven't put enough interest in them, or possibly even that information is being held back for some reason. I don't know. A lot of possibilities. Won't know until the game comes out. I'm not noticing too much from Jill. I would like to see a single attack from her when Clive isn't attacking. See what kind of damage is being done. She looks like she's just kind of hanging off in the back row for most of this. Yeah, I'm not seeing any damage numbers for when she hits. Or much stagger. It's possible she might be doing strictly stagger damage. Stagger damage, rather. Like, they wouldn't want you to just kind of sit in the back row and let the NPCs do all the work. But, I don't know. I mean, coming off of Stranger Paradise, I'm so used to being able to call on Neon or Ash or Sophia or Jet and then be able to direct them to pull that aggro to do a little bit more while I'm trying to reposition. Again, what did he use? Because both of those are in cooldown. So did he use Deadly Embrace to jump over? He did. That's pretty slick. Oh, we've been at 1080. Oh yeah, okay, good. Wait. Quality map? Make sure I'm still at 4K. I might rewatch this video and then possibly stop after that. Now, I guess the only thing is, I heard you can do your finishers when they're on the ground, but I didn't exactly see where it gives you that notification you can do a finisher, or just the fact that they're low HP and on the ground, and you just hit square as normal. Let's see if we go back on that. Sorry, I hope you guys didn't hear the sneeze. Yeah, I didn't see any change in the dialogue options on those buttons. This doesn't feel that overinflated either. I mean, all things considered, how long does it take to actually kill this thing, right? 3.5 minutes at level 19, and it's a level 19 enemy, right? So that's pretty fair, all things considered.
Not this time. Too slow.
You can clearly see yourself making progress.
Better already. I'm glad you're here.
I have to wonder how much grinding will be needed and be beneficial in this kind of game. I think the fact that you're going to be able to use the... What are they called again? The Reta Stone? To be able to spawn in specific enemy types and be able to practice on them. What an amazing feature, and I'm surprised they didn't put more focus on it in this particular series of episodes. Or clips, rather. They mentioned it a couple times, but the only real detail we got is, I think, from this PAX East panel. Or no, maybe it was a state of play. It's only gotten like a minute, and it was only a couple like frames that they were showing the menuing. They didn't give a lot of attention to it, but I think that's going to be one of the most important features of this game. And I guess the other question too is, how do you get monsters in there? Is after your first kill, they get added to a bestiary, which then puts them inside the Arete Stone? I also wonder if you get more experience or points or anything for getting that iconic finish. I would assume so, right? I mean, you're getting points towards your score. That last video. So what do you guys think? I think this is satisfied my hype. I don't think this spoiled too much. I think they gave plenty of information. I mean, the very first video, maybe? But that just contextualizes clips we've already seen, and it's just laid out in sequence. They're not giving you the entirety of that scene. So, I could finish it where it started. Do that. Because it was really freaking cool. See if maybe we can get it in a bit higher quality. Or... I guess this quality's fine. I'm really curious though, because that's showing the Ifrit coming right after looks like it's killing Phoenix. So I wonder if that's coming off of a particular cinematic or what. Because I'm not really sure where it falls in the timeline of this fight. I was under the impression that we get all these scenes, like the fire, the lead up, walking along the path, and afterwards we get like when Biast winds up dying from that falling rock, Clive gets knocked out, and then we flash back and then do the entire scene. We get the end with Ifrit killing Phoenix, allegedly, and then Clive waking up, possibly gonna start from Sid, and or meeting Sid shortly thereafter, and then being led over to the hideaway.
What did you say?
I think the King of Waloed is here, right? So it's most likely a meeting between Waloed and, I guess, it was the Dalmekians.
And I doubt the Crusaders will wait for the good king's pawns to line up before taking to the board.
You gotta love Hugo, man.
Which just leaves me.
He's so fucking extra, and I love him for that. So what I find interesting is her eyes do look like they're blue, so it looks like she's in control during this sequence. But they might also be white. God, this is just the most ridiculous shit. The amount of friendly fire damage that's going on right now is a bit of a yikes, but what are you gonna do? Tell them to stop?
Well, if you're not cut out to be a shield, there's always work for you in the stables. Unless, of course,
I'm really looking forward to the flashback scene. Unfortunately, I think it's gonna be as
I'm sure he'd find a way.
heart-wrenching as
My
this
brother always looks
sweet.
after me. Right?
Go on. You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
They're really gonna plunge the knife on this one, my guys. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be really rough. That's part of what makes me so excited.
To disappoint the gallery.
Okay, I think this is probably a good place to call it. I don't know how much more I can really say about this. I mean, I could probably do some more investigating, and I'm really curious to see some of the people's analysis of this gameplay after here. But yeah, 1 month, guys. Just 1 month left. Then I get to fight this thing and that thing and all of the things. Finally get to know the full story. I don't think we've barely touched this game at all from these trailers. I think we're maybe like a third of the way. I don't think we're halfway through the game. Like, we'll probably open up and get all the stuff with like the King of Waloed and getting Bahamut and Odin's powers before we even start touching the story proper. I still think there's so much for us to explore. I'm curious if anybody's gonna have like a particular, like, even for myself, like, I'm not entirely certain if I know what icon I want to main, for lack of a better term.
Good was it?
I mean, Phoenix is gonna be main for a while until you get other options. I've heard Titan is really good. It has an aura barrage if you get your parries perfect with it. Zantetsuken and the Odin kit looks really fun. And Brahma with shot lock. I don't know. They all seem fantastic. There's another channel, I believe his name is BioRoxus. Let me make sure I'm giving the correct shout out.
Oh wait, no, hold up. You'll be needing this. Blackthorn won't take no notice of you otherwise. Might not anyway.
Yes, BioRoxus. This guy's got a really cool channel, and he basically goes over the different
What if I am?
iconic styles and how they play differently from one another.
I'll do what I can. As a favor to
I don't know if he has a Phoenix one out yet. I think he has everything but Phoenix currently, and he might still be working on it, but it's gonna be like the most. That's gonna be your primary job anyway. Give him a look. Again, for me, I don't really know which job I'm gonna want to use. What's cool is the fact that you can, once you master the abilities, you get them to stage 5, you can put them on different things. So what's showcased in some of the previous footage was to be able to use Ramuh's lightning attack alongside Shiva's freeze, which looks like it functions kind of like a gravity type spell. Keeps the enemies located into one spot.
I do need some supplies.
Do you now? Then Lady Karen over there will be more than happy to help you.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if I've given enough thought to which particular build I want to shoot for.
Otto said you could provide them.
I have not yet gotten a copy of Game Informer. I want to make sure that I get it. I don't know when it's supposed to drop. I don't know when it's supposed to be mailed out. I'm hoping it comes soon. I want to read about everything that's in this magazine. I don't know how much actual, like how many actual pages and how much actual content's going to be in there that's not been already expressed to the public, but
unless you lose him again.
No, I have no idea.
Not again. Thank you for watching him.
So, were you gonna buy something? What? You didn't think I'd shower
Karen seems like she's gonna be cool.
While you swagger about with a pocket full of gil? Life doesn't work that way, lad. Now, let's see some coin.
She seems like the hideaway's Nan. Actually, I think what's his name? Guts. Goots? How do you say his name? Why is he calling her Nan? Actually.
You're taking his side now. And after all I've done for you.
So I guess she finds him after all the events in Rosaria. I'm not quite sure what's in the bags, but that's the Arete stone. So I guess that unlocks pretty early on, but again, how much depth do you get from it? I'm not sure. I would assume you get most of the functionality. I mean, unless you have stuff you still need to unlock, like limit breaks. Actually, that's a really good question. Ooh. I didn't look to see if we got limit breaks when we're fighting the Marlboro. I'm gonna come back to my boy Spoony Bard over here, which, god damn it, I love it. I want to go back to the Marlboro fight specifically because, do you get a limit break bar? You do not. Isn't that interesting? Well, what about later on when you're fighting Fenrir? Fafnir, rather, I'm sorry, Fafnir. Skip ahead a bit. You still do not. So, clicks. And you still don't. Isn't that interesting? So, I have to wonder where you are in the story. Because I remember from the footage showing the fight against Garuda and Benedicta. This was in the previous releases. Clive has at least like 2 stages of the limit break. but he also had Titan available. So it's possible they were playing on a New Game Plus variant of the game. Which may mean he doesn't get the limit break until after the fight against the Ifrit. So it's gonna be tied behind narrative. Could be cool. Could be interesting. We're learning things! Alright, I'm going to leave you guys with a ballad by Spoony Bard.
When lightning struck, his yoke did break, his life his own again. With thunder's roll he knew.
Hope you guys are as excited for this game as I am. One more month, and we can finally see this this hype train to its finish. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Peace.